Hey guys, so for today's look, we're going to be doing a golden goddess themed look. It's going to be layers and layers and layers of gold on the eye. We're going to smoke out the bottom lash line. We're going to do lots of highlighter. I just can't wait to show you what it's going to look like. It's going to be so much fun. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to go do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'm going to come back so we could do a live in action taping. Give me 1 minute, I'll be back. Okay, now that my brows are filled in, we're just going to go ahead and blend out some of this concealer so we don't have any harsh lines. Now that everything's blended out, we're gonna go ahead and prime our face so that we can apply our foundation. And what primer am I gonna use? Like, what primer do you think I'm gonna use, honestly? Becca Mattifying Primer, best thing life has ever invented. If you have oily skin, then you need to really try this primer. I wouldn't use this primer if you're not wearing full coverage because it could interfere with the blending process, and it would kind of sometimes show through depending on the coverage of foundation that you're using. I'm just gonna start patting this primer into my skin. I really just like to focus it on the center of my face because that's where I get oily the most, and I really like to pat it in on my nose because my nose is like a different planet. And then I just use a Makeup Forever foundation brush, and I just like to swipe the rest into my skin because I do like to prime everywhere. I don't know, I'm just a little bit of a fanatic because like me and oil don't get along, you know, like we're just not friends. And I feel like when I apply it with the brush, I get a little bit more of an even coat onto the skin. Okay, so now we're gonna apply my foundation. And what foundation do you think I'm gonna use? Honestly, let's just be real here. Like, what foundation do you think I'm gonna use? Becca Ultimate Cream Coverage in the color Mink. Hands down, one of the best full coverage foundations I've ever tried, and it's just amazing. I'm just gonna use that on a brush and just really buff it into my skin. I do like using a beauty blender as well to apply foundation. I stopped using mine recently because, I don't know, I just felt like sometimes I build coverage too quickly in certain areas, like especially on my cheeks. Sometimes with the beauty blender, it soaks up a lot of product and it just builds too much coverage in one area. For me, sometimes you have to be really mindful of that. And I just like the brush because it really gives like a flawless, poreless, porcelain Barbie doll finish, which is like my goal in life, you know? Should I apply another layer for the children? To give the children what they need? Nah, I'm not gonna do another layer. We're gonna build it up with concealer. So next up, we're gonna conceal, and we're just gonna use the Cover FX palette, because you know, this is like the tried and true. I am just going to put this underneath my dark circles. Because let's be honest, who has gotten much sleep around here? Not me. Not me. And I know this may look like a lot, but I am gonna blend it out, and I don't want my foundation to move because since this is like more of a natural finish foundation, it does transfer like when you touch it. So I don't want it to move, so I'm just gonna apply a lot of concealer. I'm just gonna take a Morphe brush and blend that out. I actually really do like this brush for blending out the concealer area because it just does such a stellar job. Okay, now that everything is all blended out, we're gonna go ahead and contour, and we're just going to chisel out these cheeks for the children. Now I just like to sharpen up my jawline, make it look like I just been to the gym, you know? I'm trying a new method where I like to use a small brush to kind of concentrate and blend out that contour, and then I go in with a bigger brush to really blend it out and smoke it out. Now we're gonna take a bigger brush and just really blend it out to the new heavens of the Lord and Savior himself, Jesus Christ. What am I talking about? If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please let me know, because I don't even know. So now that everything is all blended out, we're just gonna go ahead and set the entire face so that we could begin our eye makeup. So for the eyes, we're just going to go ahead and start off with a cool tone brown and just lay down some color into our crease so we have a little bit more dimension. I am going to switch out some of the transition colors that I use in my crease, but I'll show you later on what I switched it out with. Now we're just going to use a peach smoothie, kind of a light, almost peach apricot shade to really lighten up the crease and bring a little bit of air into the eye. I just put a little topaz highlighter from Becca Cosmetics into my inner third of my eye because I really wanted it to be more of a transition from lighter gold to a more green money type of gold. So yeah, and now we are just adding some gold from Makeup Forever shadow, and we're just going to put that in the center of the lid. So we're going to have that gradient from Becca Cosmetics into the Makeup Forever golden shadow, and now I'm just layering back some of that Becca Cosmetics, some of that Becca Topaz highlighter because I want it to gradiate from a light gold to more of a deeper saturated gold. And now I'm just adding in some more gold and try to blend out those edges into the crease. I did switch out some of the crease colors, and now I use some of the sunflower shades that are in this palette, and I just use that in my transition because I wanted the eye to be more light and airy, and I feel like the brown was just overpowering. Making sure the golden is really nice and opaque and that the shadow is really being shown on my lid because I want it really intense. And now I'm going back in with the Becca highlighter with my finger because I wanted it to be really bright. And then for the transition colors, after I laid down some of those sunflower colors and those bright yellows, we went back in with some brown and a whisper of black just to add a little bit of definition because I felt like before the browns were just too overpowering on the eye. Okay, now that the lids are done, we're just going to go ahead and clean up the under eye a little bit and then add a little bit of brown and some of the transition colors that we put up into the lid previously. And then I'll be right back with a pair of lashes. So to sum up what I did with my eyes, I used the topaz and I put it in the inner corner, and then I used the gold Makeup Forever shadow and I put that all over my lid and I brought it all the way up to the crease. And then to define the crease, I used a whisper, just a whisper of black to give it a little bit of definition. I didn't want much black in this look. I really wanted it to be really golden goddess Egyptian type themed. I used a little bit of black and then I used a little bit of a nougaty brown just to blend it out and help give it a little more dimension and not just bam bam gold. I mean, you could definitely use a liner in this look. I didn't really want to do a liner because I just wanted the goldness to be like I'm dripping in gold, you know. I didn't really want to add a liner, but you could definitely add a liner or you could definitely tight line. We're just gonna go ahead and do the rest of the face by just sweeping away the excess fallout and any excess powder that I had put on previously. To contour, we're going to use the Makeup Forever and we're going to use Becca, and we're just going to mix them together. We're going to stay mainly towards the Makeup Forever side because we really want that dimension, that, you know, shaping up that jawline because we know we love a good jaw. Nice. Oh my god, look at that. That is so pretty. Same thing for the forehead. We're just going to mix the two. I'm telling you, you better go big or go home. Shoo, look at these lashes are. So, but we're gonna use a light pink blush just to really give you that good, honey, I'm doing well in life, how are you look, you know, like look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. We're gonna use the same Becca shadow that we put in our inner corner. Oh my god. I'm so beautiful, you could hardly breathe. Yes. Now, I know this might sound crazy, but we're gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more contour in there because I feel like it's getting a little washed away. And you don't want to just have highlight, you want to have a little contour. Yep. Oh my god. Oh yeah, so I just added a little bit of a lip, and now we're just gonna set everything with some fix. With all the powder that I just applied, you gotta put a good setting spray in there to really melt it all together, you know? Okay guys, so this completes the final look. I had so much fun creating this look. Honestly, this look was... Alright guys, so that pretty much concludes my tutorial for today. This golden glamour, golden goddess look, I had so much fun with it. The eyes had a little bit of trouble working them out, but once it all came together, it came together and came through. I really had so much fun creating this look. The eyes are just like everything to me. It's just like, I have so much gold that I just crushed it up and just decided to smack it all over my face. Like, I just love this look. I feel like I'm in a Dior commercial. You know when that lady's like climbing up the string and she just like, I just feel like I'm in that commercial right now. Like, honestly, I mean, I feel like I'm in that commercial. I just need like a golden gown, like jumpsuit, cape it. Oh my god, girl. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.